Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2026. I just heard Saturday. I never really get that. I usually get Thursday, I usually get April, but I just heard Saturday. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. I I always end up seeing those readings where they're like, "Oh, yeah, somebody from the past, like they're still they're still in love with you. They still want to be with you. They still think of sexy time with you, and they're going to reach out and they're going to send you a message or they're going to send you a text." And every time I hear readings like that, I always think, "Oh God, who who would reach out to me from the past?" Like, no, 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 thanks. I don't know. No, no. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about that on and off today about just like relationships and me in relationships. And, you know, if you subscribe, I've already told you guys, like, September 16th, I plan on taking my energetic vows to become a nun and devoting myself to God for the next 5 years, community, being Santa's little helper, but God's little helper. You know what I mean? And just living my life in like normal, having my job, finishing up my book stuff, writing my second book, whatever else I decide to do with my life. Go to Italy next year. I want to go to Italy still. I'm thinking after that, I want to go to Greece. I know I said I wanted to go to Hawaii or Japan, but now I'm thinking like I would really like to go to Greece. It was never in my top 3, and now I feel like it's in my top 2. But anyway, I mean, those are my plans. But like today, I was thinking, like, okay, so let's say after 5 years, let's say I meet somebody. Like, am I gonna get in a relationship with another person? Like, what's that gonna look like? Am I gonna move in with somebody? Are we gonna make a commitment? And it's funny because I was telling somebody, I think I was telling you guys, like last week, like I just don't know because I've been thinking about it a lot. Like probably this last year, with everything that happened with the guy last year at work that I fell in love with, and everything that happened with my friends there, and it made me think about the past and ex-lovers and the ex-husband. And I just really like, do I want to like have to give of myself to another person? And it's funny because I went out to dinner with my dad, and before I went out to dinner with my dad, I was looking at my TikTok briefly, and a video came up from another creator, and it was a like a jockey, like a disc jockey guy, something like that, like a podcast guy, talking with a woman, and she's talking about how like men don't want modern women. Men don't want independent women, because she goes into this tirade of what it's like to be an independent woman and how we like to live our lives. And I was listening to her tell this podcaster that, and I was like, "Oh my God, she's like 100% correct." Like, I don't know that right now or 5 years from now, when I'm done being a nun, do I want to get into a relationship with another person? Maybe I'll just stay a nun until I pass. Like, maybe I'll actually get a habit, and I'll become a real nun, and just because. And she said something that wasn't wrong, and it's not meant to be mean or self-deprecating or anything like that, but like, when you're a woman and you're single for so long and you get to know yourself and you love yourself, it is so hard to bring another person into that mix. Man or woman, doesn't matter. It is so hard to bring another person into that. And it's funny because people, I'm sure people look at me, especially at work. I'm sure people look at me and like, oh, she's a snob. Like she doesn't want to talk to anybody. She keeps to herself. She only talks to certain people. She doesn't talk to a lot of guys. Da, 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 da. There's a reason why there's reasons why I don't do that. A, because I don't want to be sharing my energy with all these motherfuckers. B, my triggering past of rape and sexual assault. Like I can pick out people at the warehouse, men and women, where I'm just like, no, I wouldn't even talk to you because you're probably a rapist waiting to happen, and just no. And I've also learned this past year not to invest in people because they never fucking invest in me. So, and I told you guys this when it started to get warm, like end of May, beginning of June, I started sitting outside for my breaks, my lunches. Now, the past week and a half or so, I haven't because it's been so freaking humid. Like, I can't stand it. I just can't. So I've been staying inside. But once it starts to even out a little bit more, goes down a little bit in temp, like hopefully next week, that would be nice. Um, I'll be back outside. Like I love sitting outside. I love it. And you got to figure, I only have until like November, December, like end of November, beginning of December, maybe. Probably November, probably middle to end of November, where I just won't be able to sit out there anymore. It'll be too damn cold. It'll be snowy, rainy, whatever. So I want to enjoy my time out there while I have it, but I just can't sit out there when it's so freaking humid. Like I literally feel like a wet washcloth. Um, but I'm sure people look at me negatively, like, oh, she's a snob. She won't talk to you. Da, 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 da. And it's like, that's not it. It's just like, am I going to let people into my life? Like I've just become just so comfortable with myself and so in love with myself, as it should be. I just don't know, like, that I would want to let anybody else in. I just don't. And again, it's not because like necessarily scared. It's because like I don't know that I want to share my life with another person. And I know people would say, oh, well, that's selfish. Not really. It's not really that selfish to love yourself enough to know like you just want to be by yourself. I don't think that's selfish. And the funny thing is, this afternoon I was going to the bathroom. I had to walk all the way from packing to go to the bathroom, and it just all of a sudden dawned on me, like, do I even want to sleep with another person? Do I even want to have sex with another person? Because again, after last year, and I didn't have sex with the guy I was in love with at work. Thank God I did not do that. But, and I'm saying thank God for him, not for me. And again, I don't mean to like toot my own horn or anything like that, but um, I think if we had had sex, I don't think I would have been able to shake him loose for his own good. I don't think I would have been able to shake him loose. Um, and that's just because of my energy, y'all. I'm not saying that I'm the best lover out there, okay? But energy means something. Anyway, yeah, I just kept thinking, like, after the guy was dating for like 3 or 4 weeks, the ex that came back for like 3 or 4 weeks, like, I just don't know that I would even want to sleep with another person. I just don't. And I keep picturing in my head, like when you go on that date and you finally decide, like, okay, I'm gonna sleep with this person, I'm gonna have sex with this person, and then you guys, make out and you get into it, and then you start taking off your clothes, and I just picture, I just picture myself standing there like this. Oh, is this what it is to get old? Is this what it is to mature and realize like sex is not everything? I mean, I've always known that. I would not have remained a virgin until I was 30 if I didn't already know that. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, I guess. Maybe in a few weeks or maybe in a year or two, maybe I'll change my mind. But by then it'll be too late because I'll be a nun. We got one on the table, a major. 2 on the table, 1 major. So, we got 4 on the table, 2 majors. No reversal. Somebody's carrying more than they can handle. Somebody's hard B. Someone's overextending themselves. Yeah, look at this. When you guys see the cards, you'll see what I mean. Like it's literally in like almost like it's in order. Like 1, 2, 3. Pow. This card has a purple cat and this card has an orange cat. Like my Homer. 2 more shuffles. I think we had these cards out together another time too, because I feel like I remember saying that about a purple cat and an orange cat. We got 5 on the table, 2 major, no reversal. Last shuffle. Last shuffle. Sorry to get into such a big discussion about personal things, but it seemed interesting at the time. And y'all know I like to overshare, so. Okay, is that? Yeah, that's 2 cards. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We got 9. 9. I just want to make sure because it might be 3. No, okay. We got 9 cards on the table. Let me finish the shuffle because this is it. Y'all, I can't. The first card is a major, and there's another major thrown in there, but the next 8 cards are all about somebody carrying a burden like too big for themselves. Here we go with the 3 of Cups. We had this in the last reading. So we got 10 cards with bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. Pardon me. Top of the deck is 9 of Pentacles. I like that card. It just always seems so peaceful to me. All right, let me set this on the box. Let me show you the 10 cards. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We've got the Hierophante. We got 10 of Wands. We've got Temperance. We've got Queen of Pentacles. We've got King of Cups. Oh, I just had a little burp there. 9 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Swords. Page of Cups. And then bottom of the deck is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups we had in the last reading that it's posting right now. I'm drinking all the water. It's going to help me digest my food faster. I feel all oogie. And I didn't even eat a lot. I ate half a burrito and I ate 2 tacos. And I ate a little bit of rice and a little bit of beans, but I didn't eat all of it. And I did not bring any of that home. I brought my burrito, my half burrito home, and my other 2 tacos. I'm probably going to have the tacos for breakfast. And I'm probably, or 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch with my shake. And then for dinner, I'm probably going to eat the last of my burrito. Because it's a lot of food. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, this 10 of Wands, the Temperance, the Queen of Pentacles. Like somebody feels overburdened. Somebody feels like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. The funny thing is with the Hierophant, it's almost like, okay, but this is what you signed up for. Like, this is your job. You know, this is your soul contract. However you want to phrase that. someone feels with this King of Cups, somebody feels disconnected. Like they're alive, but just barely. When you look at the Four of Pentacles, it says do not enter at the top. When you look at the Four of Swords, it says take a time to rest. Page of Cups, feelings incoming. And then bottom of the deck is Three of Cups. Want to have some fun? Emotionally available, but for now. I don't know. And take how it resonates, because it could be anything. I'm not seeing anything specific. That Three of Cups falling out right at the end, that would be the most likely thing to tell me that this is like a lover's connection, but it does not have to be, okay? Because it could resonate for any type of disconnect. Feeling disconnected from your friends, your family, your job, your neighbors, your home. You could come home from work one day and just all of a sudden be like, this doesn't even feel like my home. Hell, you could wake up one morning and put your underwear on and realize all your underwear doesn't fit. And you'll be like, hello? That's a burden burden in and of itself. Pardon me. Somebody is, I don't want this to sound bad because I don't mean it to sound bad, but somebody is like emotionally unavailable, and it's almost like they that could be just part of their personality. They could just be someone that closes themselves off, like they just don't want to put their feelings out there. They don't want everybody to know their business. It's fine, I get it. But with this situation and feeling like they're just carrying a heavy burden, at some point with this Page of Cups, this person is going to be riddled with feelings. Like this is somebody, like the dam is about ready to burst, is what I heard. It could be about a lover's situation. Take how it resonates. If it is the lover's situation, this is definitely somebody that like either is in love with somebody or doesn't want to be with somebody, but either way, like the feelings are so strong, but they bury them deep, 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 deep inside. And then all of a sudden in this reading, it's like whoosh, it's like a geyser. It's like when you go to like a national park. um they used to have them in Yellowstone. I think they still have them, geysers. They used to have like a specific area where they had the geysers. I don't know if they're still there. Because again, things can change, but I'm assuming they're still there. But it's where, there's pressure under the earth or something. I'm not a scientist. I don't know everything. But they're like water spouts, like hot steam, hot water coming out of the ground. You call them a geyser, or they used to call them geysers. And that's what I'm seeing in reference to this person's feelings. It's like everything is trapped there in the earth, and then one day, like God says, okay, like we got to let something loose over here, and the ground splits open, cracks open, and comes a geyser. It's like this person's going to explode. They've been holding something in. And if this is just like a situation, like a job or something like that, just an overall feeling of disconnect, it's kind of given like the same thing. Like somebody's like stewing, somebody's sitting at home like in a depressive state, and then all of a sudden something's going to happen and they're going to be triggered, and then that dam is going to burst and those feelings are going to come out, and it's going to be, if it's not in regards to another person, it's in regards to a situation as a whole. And it's not good. I mean, it's not good to bottle up your feelings. And I've said this before, especially like in love oracle and love reads and stuff like that. If you if you follow, if you subscribe, you know what I'm talking about. If you are in love with somebody, if you like somebody, if you're interested in somebody and you're afraid to tell them, here goes my throat chakra. And you're afraid to tell them, get unafraid. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Because literally picturing that geyser just like all of a sudden like exploding from the earth, like, and to think that somebody's feelings are like that, why do you keep that shit bottled up inside? Why? 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 I will never understand. I will never understand why people just can't be open and honest to begin with. I just, I keep picturing in my head, if you follow, if you subscribe, the guy I was in love with last year. I've told you guys he might be dating the woman from work, the one that's married with the two teenage kids. And I keep picturing in my head like one of those like those out moments where like they just like all of a sudden start holding hands or take a kiss at their pick station or something like that. And everybody's like, and I just picture myself standing there being like, uh-huh, okay. And I picture people being like, oh, are you okay? Well, what am I you know, like I picture myself being like, dude, I have no regrets. I said what I said last year, even though he never responded or said anything, even though if he's with her, he obviously went in another direction. Like I said everything I had to say. I don't live in regret. I don't live my life like that. And I keep picturing like this scene in my head of being at work, being in the warehouse, and people looking at them as like a couple, right? And it's out there, like, oh, it's in public. And then I picture myself being people looking at me being like, and me being like, what? What? I don't have anything to do with that. It's not me. It's not my fault. It's not my problem. Pardon me. I just keep like picturing that in my head. Like every couple days I see that in my head. And then I just think to myself, it's none of my business. And my thing is, yeah, I've always been intuitive and I've become like even more dependent upon my gift the last couple of years. Like I really listen to myself. But at work, in the warehouse, I swear to God, y'all, I'm always the last one to know everything. I'm always the last one to know everything. I really am. I really am. So if the guy I was in love with last year is in love with or dating the friend that I was friends with, I guarantee you I would be the last one to get the 100% guaranteed stamp on there cuz I just don't pay attention. I just don't pay attention. Like I see things and I take it in and I know what it is, but a lot of the times like I'm not paying attention to my work and myself basically. I don't know if this is I don't know why I got this, but um somebody might be going shopping for paint, like they're repainting like the inside of their home or something. Hmm. Sorry, I was just seeing a scene from the movie last night that I watched with the ex-husband and the my ex-mother-in-law. Has nothing to do with this at all. I just like I was zoning out and I was seeing like this thing from the movie last night. I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh, maybe it does resonate. Maybe somebody feels like a worm. Somebody feels like a worm. Like they feel like they're stuck on the bottom of someone's shoe. Like they feel like they're a low life and people push them around. I don't know. A worm, a worm, a worm. It just sounds like I'm saying warm. Hmm. It was a prehistoric worm, by the way. It was like miles long. It seemed like it was miles long. The thing was scary. It was simple looking, but scary. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Even though I've been sitting here for 6 months, 6 months, 6 minutes, and not saying anything. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope everybody has a lovely evening. And just a reminder to you guys, if you follow, if you subscribe, tomorrow I'll be doing readings like normal. I'll be at home, or I should be at home 99.9% of the day. Sunday, I have OT at work at my regular job, and I usually just do affirmations. So I think I'm sticking to that, unless for some reason when I get home I'm called to do a reading, but I probably will not. So just letting you guys know. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, a fabulous weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.